Hello, everybody. This is Sifu Avi, and it is an honor and privilege to be with all of you again today. We're going to continue with our 7 basic strikes coming from a horse stance and bringing it into what I refer to as a set. In many different Kempo systems and even in Kung Fu, there are different sets that we practice, whether it is a punching set, blocking set, kicking set, two-man sets. It's all a part of the martial arts system to train your body, mind, and soul. So we're going to continue with our 7 basic strikes and go into a set. I'm going to try to describe everything that we're doing. Again, we're going to go into our training horse and then our horse stance. And that's exactly what the set is. I'm going to demonstrate it again from different angles so you can see it. And then we're going to talk about it again. I'm going to turn my back to you so you can see what it looks like. And here we go again. Good. So as you can see, it goes by really fast. It's a very quick set. All of the sets are very quick, but you just stay there and you practice it. So we're going to break it down a little bit. Okay, we did the, as we go into these different sets, you always go into a horse stance. And the horse stance is always the same. Here, breathe in. This is the internal part of it. Breathe in. Again, horse stance, ram's head punch, square fist punch, tiger claw, chop, palm up, outside forearm strike, snake, double ram's head punch, come back, end the set. And then you bow. And you can see some of the formality of it. We'll do it again. You can do it in different ways. They can be very dynamic as well, where you're just pushing the energy out. You can hear my breath. It's very Qigong-like, dynamic. Practice it any way you want, and then you can go on the heavy bag as well. And again, I have it's called the Century Weave Master XXL. It's a great heavy bag. And again, I filled it with sand and water, so it does move a little bit. And then I have this face on it to help with the strikes. I'll get different attachments as time goes on. So I'm going to demonstrate it here again. When you're on the heavy bag, you can, again, go into you don't have to do all this formality when you're here, but it's just practice. You can see that the double ram's head punch is going to come it's not going to come directly to the back. It's going to go at an angle. I would say 11 o'clock and then 1 o'clock. Height, height. But you can just keep practicing and practicing and practicing. Height, height, height. And the more you practice, you're going to build up a sweat. You build up this energy, and it's just going to keep going through you. Okay. Let's talk a little bit again about some of the esoteric portions of this. And what I mean about esoteric portions, it's the internal part of the martial art that you will acquire as time goes on. In the background, I don't know if you can see, I have some incense burning. I have my iron palm here as well, which I'll show you in the future. These are some of the esoteric portions of the martial arts that in time you can acquire if you choose. If you can find this part, this meaningful part of self-discovery of who you are in this lifetime. And when I teach, I'm going to continue to speak to you about that because I am a channeler, and it was through my martial arts, through my yoga, through my qigong, through the pranayama, all of these things came together to form the individual that I am. Oftentimes, we go throughout life looking to perfect ourselves, looking to perfect our art. And I remember my sabonim, Kung Fu instructor, used to say, Anthony, no matter how hard you try to perfect yourself in your art, it's not going to happen. But the important thing is to keep practicing. But I take it a little bit further than that, a step further in saying this as a channeler. Believe it or not, as human beings, and I know this is difficult to understand, but we are in essence already perfect. We are practicing becoming perfect again, or at least trying to understand that perfection in who we are. This divine essence that we are through the activities, through our work, through our relationships every single day. And we continue to work on ourselves as individuals to try to find that divinity of who we are. So I try to find this divinity of who I am again in this lifetime by practicing my Kempo, practicing my Kung Fu, practicing my martial arts, exercise, my profession. Every single day is a new discovery, a new rebirth of who you are in this lifetime. And I want to try to show you that through your martial arts practice, you can discover that in you as well. Okay, so again, this idea of right hand over left, and this comes from, I think I showed you in a previous video, it literally comes from this. That's all it is. And that comes directly from one of the first forms of Kung Fu. And that has a specific technique in it as well. This, when we finish our form, this slapping motion, there's a reason for that as well. That comes also from Kung Fu. And I'll get into more of the esoteric meanings of these little things that we do. In Kung Fu, many of the techniques, the fighting techniques, are intrinsic. And what I mean by that is that you have to find the fighting application, the self-defense application from your form. In Kempo, oftentimes it is extrinsic. And what I mean by extrinsic, it is overt. When someone does X to you, you do X, Y, and Z, and you show it, you demonstrate it. And it's also within the forms themselves. That's the difference between Kempo, Chinese Kempo, and also Kung Fu, or the Korean Kung Fu that I studied. So I bring the intrinsic and the extrinsic together. The overt and the covert I bring together in this form of martial arts. And I also bring in the Qigong, the pranayama, and the philosophy that I've learned for so many years now. So again, once we are in our horse stance, again, you can stay in this horse stance as long as you want. And this is nothing more than a stance that will help you ground yourself. And I can't tell you how important it is to constantly be grounded in who you are in this lifetime. What you do here in this earth realm, you do elsewhere in the universe. Again, a very strange, esoteric way of thinking about your martial art. But everything you do here, you do everywhere. I love the horse stance because it helps me to train. And you don't have to go really fast either. You use your breath. Again, ram's head punch, solar plexus, square fist punch, solar plexus, and perhaps a little bit above in the heart chakra. Okay, tiger claw goes against the face. Whatever there is going to be ripped down. Chop, palm up, going against the neck, the carotid artery. Outside forearm strike, here again, against the neck, and watch that the snake strike, my hand comes up, it's actually going to the opposite eye. Height, 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 and you could see how it's coming up. It's not going to the same eye, it's going to the opposite eye. Now, as we do this set, it's right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right. Then we finish. Now, why is that? There's no reason specifically why that is. It's just the way when it was created, that is the way the energy was flowing through me. And so I use that intrinsic feeling, that gut feeling, the intuition of the flow with the energy. Flow with the energy. And this is for all things in life. Flow with the energy. Again, I go into my horse stance. Height, 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 height. Ha, ha, height, height. Hoo, hoo. And then you bow. So you see both the traditional Chinese here, Chinese Kempo, all different type of Kempo systems are like this. And you'll see this on the internet as well, this symbol of the student or scholar coming together with the warrior. Hands come out and there's a bow. Often when you bow, and you know this from the movies as well, even Bruce Lee, you never take your eyes off of your opponent. You can go down a bit lower, but always keep your eyes on your opponent. Always keep your eyes on the individual who you're bowing to. And there are reasons for that as well. When I visited Japan, there was always a bow out of respect all the time. In China, there's enormous amounts of respect in the martial arts, enormous amounts of humility in the martial arts. And when you understand this respect and this humility, for others. You understand it for yourself, and then you become this energy. And that's what it's all about. Again, rediscovering who you are in this lifetime, being kind to others, showing respect to others, non-judgmental, acceptance of others, languages and cultures, all different people from all over the world, different types of religions. And speaking of religion, as you can see, I'm wearing my kippah, and I have a whole different array of kippahs that I wear. Again, as a Jewish Italian, I will wear my kippah, and my kippah reminds me of my essence or my connection to the divine. Oftentimes they'll say that it's a separation between you and source, you and God. But for me, I don't see it that way. For me, it is just a reminder of who I am in this lifetime and my connection directly to source and the universe. It has been an honor and privilege to be with all of you today. Stay in the essence of love, the essence of kindness, grace, and gratitude. Practice these qualities of who you are as a human being every single day and share this with others. My name is Sifu Avi. And this is Chinese Dragon Kempo Kung Fu. Thank you very much.